All right. So, welcome, welcome. Kind of been feeling funky the last few days. Had a little bit of ups and downs, emotionally. And the thing is, so many times we're told or we're reinforced that we shouldn't feel bad. We shouldn't feel lonely. We shouldn't feel sad. And when we do feel sad, usually someone's right there to remind us, hey, don't feel sad. Things will be okay. Things will get better. But that's bullshit. That's not the right way of dealing with it. That's not the right way of addressing it. Not for me. See, I did that for so long. I always try to change how I felt. I always try to become more positive. But I was denying that shit inside me sometimes by doing that. I wasn't really allowing myself to feel it. So what I've been doing differently lately has been sitting with my shit and allowing myself to feel those feelings deeply and allowing my mind to go there and rest and just stay with that uncomfortable shit until the mind settles on it. And begins to contact it. And then, it's like, why shouldn't I feel alone? Why shouldn't I feel sad? Why shouldn't I experience grief? Or why should these feelings not be here? But they're here. So resisting them doesn't do any good. You're just resisting reality. Trying to change them, well, now you're trying to control reality. How much control do you have? And if you change your emotions in this way, what happens when they change back? There's nothing permanent, so there's no stability. And so what I recommend and what I've been doing is looking inside for something that's stable. Try it. Look inside. Look inside your awareness. Look inside your experience. Look directly. Is there anything stable that you can find? Well, there's certainly no thing that's stable. Nothing is stable. No object. I mean, this is the world. Everything decays. Nothing changes. I mean, nothing stays the same. Everything changes. The seasons are changing right now. It's sunny and there's snowdrops coming down. I don't know if you can see any of that. So how much control do we have? And when we try to control our emotions, it locks us up. It makes us judgmental. And then we're trying to escape it. We don't like the way we feel, we're trying to escape it. But have you ever just sat with it? Sat with it until the whole thing settles. Until the story settles. Until the fluctuations of the mind settles. Until you're just left with the rawness of the experience, of this moment. I highly recommend it. It's a way out of the suffering without trying to get rid of it. It's a way out that doesn't trap you. It doesn't leave the door open to return. Because presence, right? Awareness, that which is not trying to change anything, but just simply is. That's our basic nature. That's what we are. We don't have to do anything to earn it, to keep it, to hold it. It's what you are. So you don't need to do anything to get it. And so this is where a lot of teachers come into conflict. A lot of teachings come into conflict. Because you got some teachers telling you, like I just did, that you don't need to do anything. And that's true. But then on the other level, if I'm speaking to the ego, which most people are identified with, then I can't tell the ego he doesn't need to do anything. It won't work. The ego gets a hold of that idea and it thinks, oh, fuck it, I'm great, I'm perfect, everyone else is fucked up, I don't need to change. You are all the ones with the problems, not me. I'm fine. I don't need to work for my enlightenment. I don't need to earn it. You're right. But that ego will never become enlightened. So that ego never gets anything. There's no work for it to do because it doesn't even exist. Actually, it's just an identification. It's just like if I was identified with this piece of nature right here. And I took that identification to be myself. But it's not real. The identification is not real. This is real. This thing's real, right? There's a certain reality here. There's a certain reality to the mind. But identification is not real. It's just something that we superimpose on top of reality. And so we suffer. We identify with a body that's limited, that's going to die. So we suffer. It's alone. We look at other people and see they're together. Why not me? So we suffer. We see our goals and our future separate from us. And we're striving to get that, but it's not here yet. We suffer. When does it end? For the ego, it never ends. And this is the danger of developing a really spiritual ego, is that you'll just never grow. You just get stuck there. If you perfect your ego. Hell, I don't get sad. I only experience joy. Everything is joy. Everything is joy. Everything. Everything is joy. Everything relates to joy. Bullshit. You're denying yourself. Everything is not joy. When you watch your mother die, is that joy? When you watch those around you that you love leave you, is that joy? But see, all that only happens to the individual. It only happens to the character. It doesn't really, no one really leaves you. But see, that, as an understanding, it isn't going to free you. As a recognition, it will free you. But it's not a theoretical model that's going to do any good. So we have to know who we are. We have to know what we are directly. Not based on someone else's opinion or something we read in a book or what our parents told us or what the teachers told us or what society tells us, or even what we decided as a young man or woman that we were going to be. None of that matters to realization, to waking up. In fact, all that has got to go. But whatever you experience along the way is okay. I guess that's just really what I wanted to say. Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's totally fine. Sit with it. Sit with it. Be with that feeling until it becomes okay, until you become okay. Because that's what will happen if you stay with it long enough. If you stay with it long enough without attaching to the judgments, without trying to fix it, without trying to move it around, without trying to make it okay, without doing anything to it, without trying to rewrite the story, change someone's mind, none of that. Sit with it until it's okay. This will give you great strength. And you'll find a capacity within yourself that is infinite. that's big enough to handle pain, suffering. It's big enough to contain everything, the joy, the love, the beauty, the fear. And see, I'm already feeling better. All right, we'll leave it there. I'll see you guys in another one. Much love. Peace.